Well, good morning. How's everybody? Good day today. Supposed to get up to 95, so everybody stay hydrated, lots of water, and stay out of the sun. Is anybody joining us for the first time today? One, two. First time. And you got packages. Okay, did y'all get your packets? Yes. Okay, we're welcome. You're going to enjoy this community. We're so full of love that you won't be able to get away from us. It's just amazing. And if you look on the front of your program, we have a new logo. It's no longer Woodland Chapel. It is now Center for Spiritual Living in Salem, Oregon. And we did that for a branding reason. A lot of people nowadays want to get away from that religious, designation. So we want to make it more evident that we're a spiritual center, that we have that Christ-based philosophy, but we just don't have the thou shalt nots and all that stuff that goes along with it. So please look at it, and now we're in the process of changing it. And right now, in-house, we can use Salem, Oregon logo, but outside, we're still Woodland Chapel until we get it changed with the Secretary of State, with the city, with everybody. So anyway, once we get there, we'll let you know. And we'd like to thank all the people that's been working on this. Cheryl Ostrander, thank you. You've done such a great job getting us to this point. Woo-hoo. Okay, after service today, we have a potluck. And you should see all the food. Yay! Lots of it downstairs. So please join us. And if you're new, don't worry about you don't have something to bring. Just bring your appetite. We'll do just fine with that. And then after service, right after the potluck, we're going to have a Learn How to Pray workshop. And most people would say, I know how to pray, Jesus help me, So what we look at is a way to pray that is more in line with what we believe. In other words, you don't have to beg or plead for God to answer your prayers. There's just a way of putting it out there and letting it unfold. So if you'd like to learn how to pray in our way, please join us at 1 o'clock. We'll be in the little room next to the washroom here. And then on the 16th of August, we have our Soup for the Soul fundraiser. And that's always really popular because people bring in the soups and all this stuff, and we get to raise a little money to help with maintenance and repairs around the chapel. And on August the 23rd, we're having our outdoor service. It'll be down in the meditation garden. We'll have music, and we'll have our service. We're just going to do it outside in nature, where I don't know about you, but I feel so close to God when I'm in nature. So, and if anybody here would like to volunteer for anything, believe me, we can find something for you. So if you'd like to volunteer and help out around the chapel, just, small things that just are time-consuming but we need help with, please see me after service, or Dawn or Cheryl Ostrander. Any of us can help you, figure out how to sign up. And we really want your input. We listen to what y'all say. We might not implement because you might not see the whole picture of why things are done the way they are. But we do like to hear your input because sometimes we get these fabulous ideas and they're not, limited to just us. We need help. So let's get it out there. So if you have any kind of idea about you'd like to bring up, or some kind of service or some type of thing you'd like to see us do, please let us know. And now if you have a prayer request, in your right in front of you, in the seat back in front of you, there is little purple lilac colored papers that you can write a prayer request. Prayer requests are confidential. That we read them, we do the prayer for you. If you want it in person, just speak to one of us after service. We can do that as well. But there's a little box out there, and it says treatment, because we don't call it prayer. We call it treatment. And it's just to get away from that old, guy up in the sky kind of thing, we're praying to. So anyway, that's the end of our announcements, and let's just have a fabulous service today. What do you think? And today we have Don will be our speaker, but to start us off is Blaine with our opening.
Okay. Sing I Release and I Let Go. I release and I let go. I let that spirit run my life. And my eyes open wide. see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let that Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Okay. Is that me again already? Okay, so after that exciting song, we're going to take it down and we're going to get into the prayer space. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, bright and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me, be a sanctuary, pure and holy, right and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
So now, in this moment of pure joy, pure happiness, pure love, we just allow ourselves to see the truth that we are created from one energy, from one source, from one creative thought, that we are eternally connected to this source, that we are eternal beings, that the spirit within us is the spirit of all creation. And so knowing this, I know today unfolds in perfect divine right order, that everyone present has an open heart and an open mind, ready to hear a new truth, a new way of looking at life, a new way of reframing your story, a new way to think, a new way to be. And I know that today someone will have an aha moment where something will resonate that will open up your heart even further and open up your mind to new ways of thinking and being. And so knowing this, my heart is so full of gratitude for everyone present today, for all of those online and in the chapel as well. And so knowing this, I am just so full of gratitude for all that is unfolding today, for all that is now coming to fruition. And so with this, I release my word to the law with perfect faith, perfect trust, and perfect love. If it resonates with you, please join me in saying, and so it is. I'd like to share with you the affirmation for today. It's in blue inside your program. Ready? When I step away from the noise and the chatter, I can hear that intuitive voice. Spirit speaks to me, working through me. All is well. And so it is.
Good morning. My name is Catherine, for the new folks. The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me. Meister Eckhart. I live in the faith that there is a presence and power greater than I am, who nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. I know this presence is all-knowing and all-power and is always right where I am. Ernest Holmes, 365, Science of Mind. Today's reading from the Centers for Spiritual Living Science of Mind magazine is titled, Always in Perfect Order. At first, I resisted the idea of a power greater than I am. I said that if God and I are one, then all divine power must be mine. I was naive. I may have access to all knowledge through creative mind, but I am not divine power. I impress my thoughts on the spiritual law, and it does all the work. I am the initiator of the creative process, but not the process through which manifestation occurs. With this understanding, I am grateful that this power and presence, which is the foundation of all existence, supports and sustains me beyond my understanding. It does not deny my reality, but leaves the door open to continuous change and improvement. Our relationship with creative mind is perfect. In fact, that is my definition of perfection. It is not that something is perfect when it meets our expectations, although that is how most would define it. It is perfect in how it takes our beliefs and thoughts to produce experiences that are in perfect alignment with our consciousness. This means life is always in perfect order. Life is fundamentally supportive and creative, even when we cannot foresee how solutions or opportunities will arise. And as always, we have a bonus affirmation, which you are invited to repeat after me once I read the line. I am not the power, I am the one who calls it forth. Life takes my thoughts and returns them in perfect order. I release the how and trust the unfolding. What I need is already on its way to me. All is well, right here, right now. Thank you.
she's not a Beckworth anymore. Use me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was a son. God is the Son. But God's so much more than the earth and the sky. It's all of creation. God is creator of all and all. But God needs us to shine its light as you, as me. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the one that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as you, as me. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. God needs us to shine His light. God needs us to shine her light. God needs us to shine His light as you, as me. So you, me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do, all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God.
And now, I'd like to introduce Reverend Don Kerr, who is so much more than just a speaker on Sunday. This man is everywhere, doing everything, making it possible for this chapel just to keep functioning and keep turning. And he is by far the best person for negotiating a good contract. He can talk them down. But anyway, I would like for you to just welcome Reverend Don Kerr.
Thank you, Cheryl. No, negotiate a contract, huh? My goodness gracious. Mike's not on. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's not up high enough, that's all. Maybe give me a little more juice, Aaron. Okay? Can you hear me okay now? Okay. I'm well groomed, well tended to. You know, a mother goes to wake her son for Sunday service. And no, he yells from under the covers, I'm not going. Why not, she asks. I'll give you 2 good reasons, the son replies. 1, they don't like me. And 2, I don't like them. The mother sighs and says, I'm going to give you 2 good reasons you should say yes and go get your butt out of bed. 1, you're 47 years old. And 2, you're the pastor. Yeah. I've heard that before, but I won't tell it again. Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. Those are 2 directional power words used in our human language as you really think about them. Now, I say directional, and I use the word power because yes or no can greatly direct the traffic of our behaviors and impact the quality of our life with their uttering in the right places. You see, yes is a soft power word. No is a hard power word. And because they're complete words, they have no need of a lot of complicated explanations, you know. We know what no means. I've been talked out of that sometimes. But they direct how we effectively move through and use our personal, our mental, emotional universe. Did you know you have a mental and emotional universe? Well, you do. You do. We can talk about this sometime here. How we move through life, really, in fact. We can get a general knowledge, you know, of how mature we are, and others too, but how we react when we're told no and yes. Yeah, see, that happens a lot to me. I change my mind a lot. It's interesting. Anyhow, in advice for personal care, for example, for personal caretaking, like taking care of yourself, we're told to learn the art of saying no. No. And we're given suggestions even on how to say no so we don't feel guilty or uncomfortable as we're asked to be adding it to our already full plate. I don't really know for sure, you know, but I think it seems that just saying no is a prevalent suggested for our stressed out world today. You hear this in a lot of advice columns. Just learn to say no. All well and good. All well and good. But the question today, happens to be our topic today, is why yes? Where did we get the idea? Where did we get the idea that we should be paying attention to claims that the universe is always saying yes? It's kind of a slogan anymore in society. It used to be just, really far-thinking people out there will say that. But now we all seem to say it. Why does the science of mind use that phrase? The universe always says yes. Are we to assume that the universe has human qualities of expression and hears and knows our human demands, our needs, our fears, our loves, everything, our everything? Why would the universe be aware? I don't know. Why would it even be interested in our little planet minds and the earthly business we are involved with all the time? Well, first off, and second off too, let's take a look at a premise and a claim from the scientific and spiritual combined ways. There's scientific and spiritual perspective that agrees here on this. And that perspective holds this, a fact. The atoms and the molecules of our bodies are billions of years old. Originating from the ancient explosions in the Big Bang before being recycled through the earth body and used to form our bodies. Now, the three major religions that we are familiar with, we're familiar with a lot of them, but Judaism, Islam, Christianity, those three, that Bible they use, all three, has Genesis in it. Has Genesis. And in Genesis, it talks about, just read it, dust we are made from, the earth's surface, the earth's dust, the earth's forming materials. And those non-living atoms, going further into the agreement of physics and new thought, those non-living atoms and molecules follow what they call standard laws of physics. And we're really studying into that, whether it's law of gravity, you name whatever's going on. And there's a chemistry, and there's a continuous interaction along with what they call energetic impulses that sustain all life. All life. That includes earthworm to an oak tree, that includes you, that includes me. And so therefore, we have the science law of balance that comes into play, which claims every action for everyone, every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That's not new for us. And also explained by the Buddhists and the Eastern philosophy, and our New Thought terminology gets into that too. We call it the law of karma. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Ruth Denison. Ruth Denison is well known in Buddhist circles. She's a world-renowned Dharma teacher, and she once humorously said, here's what karma means. Karma means you don't get away with nothing. I kind of like that. But in most traditional religious teachings, it's taught that everything we do, or what we are, how we act in our human journey, it's being ledgered. There's a record being kept on us. And a record that we'll have to take responsibility for after we leave our body and we face this new dimension of experience that some call heaven and others that other place. And some call it the Akashic Records. It's just all kinds of things that humans have decided we've got to be responsible for, and here's how we're going to be brought into alignment. Now let me just go to a developing premise here, especially regarding the universe. A Belgian priest and astronomer, he was a priest and an astronomer, Father George Lemaitre, and he was along with a British astronomer, his name was Sir James Jean, and they, in the 1920s and 30s, really used the new telescopes that were coming out then. They really studied the universe, day and night. And Sir James, and he observed that the universe is on the move. It's not just out there. It's on the move. And it's expanding at increased speed. It's moving along fast and expanding. And they just agreed that how the universe was appearing to act more like a great thought, ever expanding. And later, Mr. Einstein, good old Albert, he said a similar observation for him was that the universe was beginning to appear as a great mind rather than a physical creation. And we can observe today, when we're looking, same thing. The fluidity of the galaxies that almost seem to be flowing with a direction of some outlandish urge for ongoing expansion. Now, have you ever heard this? The first law of heaven? The first law of heaven is drink when you're thirsty. No. The first law of heaven is order. order. All in right order, divine right order. Now that just may mean that the Big Bang was ordered, and aligns with no accident law of an expansion law of infinite creation. Didn't just happen by accident. There's a purpose, there's a reason, there's a decision made. Words were spoken. And again, going back to just those three great Bibles of those three religions. The first words God spoke. He's given credit for to say, let there be light. And by ding there was, boom, probably lots of light. And that became the energy of which we move and live and have our being today. The energy, infinite energy, creative energy. Yeah. And George Lemaitre was asked one time, since Father Lemaitre, since he's a priest, how he both be religious and scientist. And he said, it's simple. I believe that science and religion are two paths mankind can follow, and I choose to follow both of them. Now, I like that. I think Dr. Ernest Holmes kind of had that similar approach in holding the truth, because those two paths have given us a lot to think about and to live with and to reach for. Now, Dr. Holmes, in his lifelong research, he was researching not into all the great faiths and whatnot, reading all of them, testing them for his own beliefs and so on. He did a lot of research on the mind of humanity's longing to know the truth. Humans always want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, like the newspapers on the stands years ago. I forget what it was, but it was one of those tabulas, ones that had all kinds of fabulous information that was always kind of not on the truth side. But see, the thing about it, regarding where we have originated from, that's one of the things that we seem to always be searching for. We have come up with all kinds of places that we put this in our life to give us the comfort and the purpose for our continuation. Why am I here? Where do we come from? And then we have all these things we can read, whether it's scriptures or whatever's. And as we explore and study and observe the movement and the makeup of the universe, we could put forth in our language, like our understanding as a human being, that our lives, also seem to just move and change and shrink and expand. And every 7 years, they say, you've heard that story, we inhabit a redone, fully brand new and replaced physical body. Well, it's kind of a myth. There's parts of us that does that. We have many parts of us. In fact, have you heard that stomach lining, I think it's like 7 days? Stomach lining doesn't last very long. Liver, within 7 months, the whole liver, brand new. So there's parts of us, yeah. Some things, not so much. So we can say that our molecules and our atoms shift and change and stay active as long as we are alive. And it's said by some deepest thinkers that we have attributes of the universe character that copies the universe. I guess that's true. And we can begin to see that the universe is kind of like a great reflector, perhaps like a mirror, if you please. It accepts energy, all energy. It doesn't say no to anything. It furnishes reflective energy to become manifestations of forms and continuing paths of energetic activity. It begs the question, I think, to be asked. I will ask this. Are we reflections or holographically identifiable, how's that for putting words together, as singular copies or patterned and operational like small individual unique universe-like creations? Are we children and offspring of the universe? Inquiring minds want to know. Let me pass this by us here today. We can scientifically and spiritually agree that we are immersed in change. Nothing stays the same. We find most change comes about as our needs pop up, as they grow in proportion to what we believe is necessary for our highest good or fulfilling our desires. We call them wants and needs, but we've got to watch out for that want, you know. Desire is a different story. And think on this. An interesting necessity opens up for us here. A necessity as we live our lives. Automatically opens up. That necessity of the need to embrace change with the power of yes. Yes, I will stay open to the next chapter. Yes, to the next, that which calls to me to be ready for love's calling me to be more than the old me. All is law, all is love, all is love, all is law. Everything falls in place. And remembering that, and that the first law of heaven is order. It's no accidents, it's not that, it's order. And so, because life reflects our inner state of being, our changing our external reality, what it requires is changing our internal thoughts, our internal beliefs. And that great example of God walking on this earth, Jesus the Christ, he said it, it's done unto you as you believe. Not what you think, not what you kind of think might be, it's what you believe. It's the first step to absolute faith. It's belief. Now I want to share a story. To me, it reflects the need for us to not just recognize that change happens constantly in our lives, but how we need to somehow find ways to make it work for continuous love to continue. Because isn't that really what we're seriously all in need of, wanting love? What do you think about it? Now, I've spoken before of a new friend of Phyllis and I, and a blessed Kerr person who helps us and keep our life balanced and in order these days. I don't think she minds. Her name is Chandra. I'll just mention it. And she gave me this short, true story with permission to use it whenever I wish on a messaging some Sunday morning. So I want to do it right now because I think it fits right in. Let me read this to you. She wrote this out. She says here, my grandparents were married for 60 years. One day I asked my grandfather, what's the secret to loving the same woman for a lifetime? And I expected him to say things like trust, communication, date nights. Instead, he looked at my grandmother and he said, you don't love the same woman. That's the answer stopped me cold. Then he said, she changes every few years. And if you don't update the way you love her, you might lose her. The woman I married at 22 wasn't the same woman at 30. Motherhood changed her. Hardships changed her. Time changed her. And at 40, she needed respect more than romance. And at 50, she needed partnership more than passion. And at 60, she needed my presence more than my promises. He paused for a moment, and he added, every time she changed, I had a choice. I could complain that she wasn't the woman I fell in love with, or I could fall in love with the woman she was becoming. Then he said something I'll never forget. He said the biggest mistake people make is thinking love stays the same. They fall in love once and then stop paying attention. Loving someone for a lifetime means staying curious about them. Keep learning them. Keep noticing them. Keep choosing them. Because the moment you stop discovering the person beside you, someone else eventually might just do so. 60 years. Not because love was easy, but because they never stop getting to know each other. Now, that very moving. But here's another story. We know the human condition needs constant attention for keeping us healthy and fulfilled. We know that. And love is a key in all of our true intentions. Our intentions can get cloudy and weak in application as the weights of other life situations pile in on us. See, there's always change. There can come times when a relationship such as a marriage has more no's than yeses, growing and impacting the happiness we would have. And we may come to a fork or forks in our road of life that cause us to take different paths, seeking our fulfillments and increasing our happinesses. Marriages do separate, and a couple go in different directions, but that does not stop the universe, that yes factor of living abundantly, and the story of the universe saying yes doesn't apply to that universe making judgments for us or against us. We still have our privileges, those uniquely, divinely God-granted privileges of making choices, choosing. And it was, let's see, was it Mark Twain or Abraham Lincoln that said, a man is going to be happy as he makes up his mind to be. That kind of thing fills in. And looking back to the grandfather's advice to his grandchild about embracing change and saying yes to his need to continue loving alive with the woman who was sharing his life. Looking past the first appearances and seeing the depth of agreement with life, asking him to make choices for evolving and using that first law of heaven on earth, saying yes to life, opening the new dimensions of living in order to continue love, ever present. Not changing love, but embracing change as another face of love. That's what I got out of this. Well, I think that's another way of creating a world that can work for all, just by saying yes to all that calls us to love. Love. And no to that which would rob us of our love. Yeah. Say it. It's okay. Or drain us of our love and leave feeling alone in a universe that is always trying to say yes. Always seeking to say yes. A universe that never judges us, but allows us to become those expressions of divine purpose and the conduits for God love on this planet. Now, I know I have to close this down. So I'd just like to close by just keep saying that the light of God surrounds me, lighting my way, shining forth to give me clarity, giving me guidance, giving me direction for right decisions, giving me wellness and purpose for my life, and saying, yes, I know and accept whatever God is, because I go with God and all is well. And I just want to thank you for being here today. Thank you. I had to say this today, and I appreciate you being a part of it. And so it is.
One of the things I love about playing at this church is it makes me stretch my boundaries from being a folk rocker and a country western singer to today I'm doing a song by Barbra Streisand. Well, they say there's a universal plan for every woman, for every man. I do believe there's a higher power, but in our darkest hour, it's hard to understand. We can start to question, start to doubt. We lose faith in what life's all about. Why did the right road take a wrong turn? Why did our heart break? Why did we get burned? Just like the seasons, there are reasons for the path we take. There are no mistakes, just lessons to be learned. Don't give up, keep looking deep inside. Let your heartbeat be your guide. There's a gift for those who keep believing. To find what you've been needing is right before your eyes. You'll find the answer in your hands. Then you'll know, you'll finally understand. Why did the right road take a wrong turn? Why did our heart break? Why did we get burned? Just like the seasons, there are reasons for the paths we take. There are no mistakes, just lessons to be learned. No matter how many times we stumble and fall, the greatest lesson is loving yourself through it all. Then why did the right road take a wrong turn? Why did our heart break? Why did we get burned? Just like the seasons, there are reasons for the path we take. There are no mistakes, just lessons to be learned. Lessons to be learned.
Thank you. You brought tears to eyes, Blaine. Thank you so much. So now it's that time in our service where we share our treasure. All the things that we keep the lights on with, all the air conditioning, everything else. We just need your help in keeping it going. So please, open up your hearts and your wallets today. Let's see what we can get together here. Would ushers please come forward? Yes. First, I'd like to share our offertory affirmation. Would you please join me? It's in your program. I don't know if there's a pair. Ready? Divine love moving in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, in all that I receive. Thank you, God.
And
So it is.
Yes.
You all right?
Blessed always,
Something else.
blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen.
And today, I just ask that this offertory, that this giving, this gathering of funds here before me, that it opens up so many possibilities for our center, and that we know that each and every person has given from their heart, and also that we know that what you give comes back to you. As Don says, karma. So please, thank you so much for this, God, and we are so grateful. And so it is.
Okay.
Prayer protection.
Prayer protection, I call it the affirmation of our self-fulfillment. Starts out, let's say it again.
Yeah.
Light of God, right?
Light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hey, Shani.
Hey, Shani.
Spelled it.
I release, I let go, let that spirit run my life. I am free in the spirit, yes, I'm only here for God. No more trouble, no more strife, with my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit, yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go, let that spirit run my life. I am free in the spirit, yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife, with my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit, yes, I'm only here for God.
Bum, bum, bum. Yay! Nice going, Bright Gully. Bling, 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 bling. Blaine has bling. Yes, he does.